Everyone around you is posting. Selfies, outfits, dinners, sunsets. Their entire existence, curated, filtered, and shared in real time. And you watch it all. You see it. You notice every single detail. But you never post yourself. Not because you don't have a life worth sharing. Not because you don't take photos. Your camera roll is probably full of beautiful moments. But because something stops you every single time. You take the picture, you look at it, you open the app, and then you feel a sudden quiet resistance and you put your phone away. If someone asks you why, you probably give them a casual, safe answer. Oh, I just don't really like how I look in photos. Or, I'm just not a social media person. But if you are being completely honest with yourself, that's not really it, is it? There is a whole world of people who live exactly like this. People who are present everywhere, but visible nowhere. Who know everything about everyone else's life, but share absolutely nothing about their own. They aren't necessarily shy. They aren't insecure in the obvious, loud way. In fact, if you talk to them, you'll find they are often some of the most deeply self-aware, observant people you'll ever meet. They just don't feel this modern, frantic urge to prove to strangers that they exist. Or maybe, and this is a dark, quiet part that nobody ever talks about, they learned a long time ago that being visible wasn't always safe. If you've always struggled to explain this heavy resistance to the people around you, stay with us. That is exactly why this channel exists. To understand this, we have to look beneath the surface. For most people, posting a photo is a frictionless act. They take it, they like it, they hit share. It's light. But for the silent observers, it is never light. Because to a highly sensitive mind, posting a photo doesn't feel like sharing data. It feels like exposure. It feels like opening the front door of your inner world and letting a jury of onlookers decide whether you're worthy of being seen. Psychologists point out 3 distinct reasons why this happens. First, the trauma of the objectifying gaze. Many people who refuse to post grew up in environments where they were watched too closely, judged too harshly, or made to feel like their appearance was public property. Maybe you had a parent whose approval was conditional, a sibling who constantly mocked your expressions, or a moment in school where you felt intensely humiliated. Your nervous system learned a survival rule. If they can see you, they can hurt you. Invisibility became your superpower. It became your armor. Second, the overwhelming math of hypervigilance. Because you notice everything, your brain automatically calculates the aftermath of a post. You don't just see a photo, you anticipate the energy cost. You subconsciously calculate how a certain friend might misinterpret your smile, how an ex might view your happiness, or how a colleague might judge your outfit. Your mind runs 100 simulations in seconds and concludes that the mental exhaustion simply isn't worth the likes. Third, the refusal to commodify the sacred. Deep feelers possess an incredibly rich inner life. When you experience a beautiful sunset or a quiet cup of coffee with someone you love, that moment feels sacred to you. The thought of chopping that raw, beautiful human experience up into content to be scrolled past by someone sitting on a bus feels like a betrayal of the memory itself. So when you feel that heavy, anxious resistance to putting yourself out there, what is it actually trying to tell you? It's not telling you that you're boring or ugly or that your life isn't interesting enough. It is telling you that you're carrying a quiet, heavy belief. The belief that if people truly saw you, the raw, unfiltered, uncurated version of you, they might not like what they find. The silent observers are almost always the most fascinating people in the room. They think deeply, they love intensely, and they possess a rare depth of perception. But they carry this paradox. They protect themselves by staying invisible, yet they deeply long to be understood. This belief deserves to be examined, not to force yourself to start posting, not to make you perform online, but to gently ask yourself, is the person you are hiding actually someone dangerous who needs to be locked away, or is it someone beautiful who deserves to be known? If this is hitting a corner of your mind you weren't expecting today, consider subscribing. Every week, we go one layer deeper into the quiet, hidden patterns that shaped who we are. Here is the beautiful side of being a silent observer. While the rest of the world is busy arranging the perfect angle, checking their lighting, and living life through a 6-inch screen, you are actually there. You are tasting the food. You are hearing the laughter. You are fully, completely alive in the moment. And there is an immense, quiet power in that. You don't need external validation from people you barely know to confirm that your joy was real. You don't need a number on a screen to prove that you matter. That kind of internal security, even when it's wrapped in layers of self-protection, is something most people spend their entire lives trying to manufacture. The goal here isn't to change you. The goal isn't to turn you into someone who posts. The goal is to understand why you protect yourself and to make peace with the version of you that has been quietly, carefully, keeping you safe all along. You don't have to be visible to be valuable, but you do deserve to know that you are. Next week, we go even deeper. We'll see you there.